What's good? It's your boy Tara Money, and today I'm gonna talk about the visions I have of Mami Wata. I'm so drawn to the deity and this, my mother goddess and so many other things, but I want to get into the details of the visions I have of her. Now, I'm not making this up. Deities are real, goddesses and gods are real. We were our ancestors used to worship them back in ancient time, before Christ, before Abrahamic religions of sorts, and all that between. So the visions that I have of Mami Wata, whenever I go to the waterfront or just near the beach or just near the ocean in general, the Pacific Ocean, I live in California, so I'm in the Bay Area, so I'm surrounded by the ocean. But I go to the ocean a lot, and what I do is I sit down and look at the ocean and remember every detail of the ocean that I see in front of me. Then when I play the music in my headphones, and sometimes most of the time I listen to instrumentals or hip hop beats. I don't listen to mainstream rap that much, but listen to hip hop beats. Mostly if you look at my videos on my YouTube videos are dedication to thought forms and stuff. It mostly have hip hop beats. Those are mainly I listen to. So whenever I listen to an instrumental or a beat, I visualize Mami Wata, rising from the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and when she rises up, she got black oily oil type of black stuff covering her private parts, and she's very thick and very beautiful. And when she does the rise up from the ocean, she started doing her Hindu dance. Mami Watts is connected to Islam, Hinduism, and many other religions in the world due to Africa embracing certain religions and the trades and stuff. Also, she was part of trade and things. So when it come down to it, when I look at Mami Wata dancing, rising from the ocean, doing her Hindu dance, wherever instrumental music I'm listening to the frequency and the melody and the harmony of the music itself. So that's why I do the visualize Mami Wata using sort of my third eye chakra or my clairvoyance and see her dancing in the ocean and all that sorts of things. So I do visualize Mami Wata constantly whenever I'm near the ocean. When I get in front of the ocean, sitting on a rock or sorts, I'm surrounded by ducks, geese, all the birds that come into the ocean. I'm surrounded by ravens, seagulls, many birds come around me in the certain energy in the energy point of view, how these animals get close to me. So what I'm trying to say is when it comes to these certain birds and everything, they get close to me wherever I visualize, I have my crystals on me and all this other stuff. But when I visualize though, I see Mami Wata rising from the ocean doing her Hindu dance, covering black oily liquid things, or it's not liquid, but I don't know what you call it, but it's covering up her private parts because she is kind of fully naked in a sort of way, but not that way. But I can't say she have clothes on because she's barefoot, but she's very, very thick, which means she got big breasts and a big butt. She's a thick individual goddess. She's a black African goddess. So when it comes down to Mami Water, having these visions of her in the oceans would cause me to go to the ocean a lot during these sunny days and dedicate coins to her every month, during the sunny days of the year. Whenever the heat hits the hard, that's when the ocean feels more cooler. Because the ocean is not that very cold. Nah, it's not really super cold. The ocean that I go to is not really super cold. Due to the heat of the weather, it makes the ocean lukewarm and stuff. Like the bathtub I have next to my room that don't produce hot water no more because that been fixed, and it only give out lukewarm water. So that's what the ocean feel like, sort of. But and also not just having visions of her in the ocean. Whenever I go to bed at night, I always visualize her and having conversations with her when I'm laying on the bed. I'm saying ready to go to sleep. But I visualize her as I'm about to go to sleep. So when I get deep into the dream state, I dream about the ocean constantly. I dream about her. I dream about sea creatures and stuff like that. Just constantly be in the ocean when I'm dreaming and stuff. And now I be in concerts and places where it's stadiums or whatever you call it, where it's pack of people and everything. And there's performances, and I hear all types of music playing in my dreams that I never even heard of, and so on and so forth. But before I do go to bed, I do visualize and thinking about Mami Wata, having a conversation with her, talking to her, and so on and so forth. And that's why I really am drawn to Mami Wata, because her energy and her you know what I'm saying, her energy and her metaphysical powers is just felt, is fully felt into the extreme level of feeling Mami Wata's presence in water and so on and so forth. So being a devotee to Mami Wata is kind of challenging, because you have to constantly go to the ocean and dedicate your time to the ocean. Or if you ain't surrounded by the ocean, either a lake or a river, wherever you are surrounded by a large amount of water. That's how it be when you dedicate your time to Mami Wata, is get close to the water itself. You know what I'm saying? She grant wealth and everything. She grant a lot of more things. But whenever I'm near the ocean and stuff, I always absorb the energy that the ocean gives and pour into my physical body and stuff, and also into my mental state and my spiritual state as well. And that's one thing about Mami Wata, is that whenever I'm close to the ocean, because you know how the water petals in my stomach or in my body, wherever it's at in my body, to where I'm strongly connected to Mami Wata. Just like the blood petals in Lilith, from Lilith and Diablo 4 series. And that's what it really come down to. So when it comes to Mami Wata, I do constantly have visions of her rising from the ocean whenever I listen to my music and everything like that. And if you want to know what type of music I listen to, look at some of my playlists. This is where I have music playing in the background of photos of thought forms that I created through video games, which is called techno magic and stuff. But that's one thing. So that's one thing I want to say and let y'all know how I dedicate my time to Mami Wata and how she's strongly connected to me. She is considered as a mother to me. Not a wife, not a mentress, not a side chick, not any of that. She's fused with Mother Yemajat and Fala Ola come together into one deity. So she actually my biological mother. Whenever I pass from this earth, I will end up in the elemental plane of water, which is realms of full of kingdoms of water in the ocean. Deep within the ocean, there's no surface, there's no bottom. It's like the ocean is forever expanding and ever enlarging. You know, it's in the ocean kingdoms of the elemental plane of water, which is a plane of the oceans, of many ocean kingdoms and stuff like that. And that's where she mostly reside, and that's where I consider my heaven as well, being that, you know what I'm saying, I'm Mami Wata's son and child. And that's one thing I want to say. So this is your boy Tap Money, man. Be on the lookout for more videos like this, and stay tuned. So peace.